I faked an affair, so my husband would leave sooner. After 6 years together, 3 years of marriage, I found out that most of what my husband told me about himself was a lie. Granted, I attracted him as a partner, so my choosing and accepting him is my fault, not his. By the end of the marriage, I'd discovered many truths. He was not a recovering alcoholic. He drank daily in secret. He was not a former smoker. He smoked when I wasn't around. He didn't own his own home. His ex-girlfriend bought the house. He was not on a business trip in Utah to give a business presentation. He was in Oregon having sex with his affair partner, his sister-in-law. The last year together was chaos. He went off the deep end after I left him. Started picking up men online, told me he questioned his sexuality, told me he was bisexual, then bi-curious, then told me I was discriminating against him because of his sexuality. He quit his pension job at UCSF, tried to get his father to lie for him so he could collect FMLA, and when that scheme didn't work, he took a job paid in cash working for a friend of his, for pennies on the dollar. He said he was going to start his own business making sex toys, then it was lamps, then he wanted to wear a GoPro while he ran and sell the footage to gamers. By the time I found out he was soliciting sex from men he met from gay yoga and gay married men meetup.com groups in San Francisco, I seriously believed he had developed a mental health condition. After I left him, I filed for divorce. When he quit his job, I put the divorce on hold. I make twice what he does and didn't want to pay alimony. I allowed him to move in with me until he found work. I convinced his bosses to give him another shot, chalked it up to midlife crisis, so she offered him a temp contract for a year. After he started working again, I filed for divorce again and asked him to move out. He said he needed 3 months. I agreed as there was nothing I could do. He started having an affair with his co-worker and continued hooking up with men again. I couldn't get away from him fast enough. The chaos of this relationship and situation, however temporary, was physically hurting my health. I knew if he thought I was cheating with impunity, he would leave out of pride. So I began doing things to make him think I was cheating. In our home, I adjusted the shower head to look like a very tall person showered, put the heaviest weights on the weight bench to look like a very strong person was using my weight bench, and left 2 glasses, plates, forks in the dish drainer to look like 2 people had enjoyed dinner together. I dressed up and went out almost every weekday after work and either walked around or sat in a cafe for an hour or 2 before returning home. When he asked where I'd been, I replied out. He moved out in under 2 weeks after the original conversation.